story that I found on the internet, and I thought, man, it's supposed to be a true story. It's written by a writer named Louis L'Amour. And if you search his website, you search over its letter written long ago, an interview given long ago. In fact, it's supposed to be true. And to me, this story testifies to the fact that sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Amen. But it's about a story. It's about a man named Peter Ridgely. And he said he was a grateful man. And he'd survived one of the most strangest and horrifying events known to mankind. The ship that he was traveling on sank, and he was rescued. But by some strange coincidence, the second ship that he was on sank. Sounds incredible, don't it? You ain't heard nothing yet. He was rescued again for the third time, and the third ship sank. Only survivor out of all three of these ships sinking. A fourth ship came along and rescued him. And lo and behold, the fourth ship sank. A fifth ship came along. You'd think after a period of time they wouldn't pick this boy up. Fifth ship came along. Lo and behold, the fifth one sank. 5 ships, all 5 sank. And Peter was floating on the debris of the wreckage that was there, confident that God was not going to allow him to die at sea. Sure enough, just about on cue, another ship came by and picked him up. It was a British liner called the City of Leeds, coming from England and headed to Australia. The crew of the ship hoisted Peter aboard, provided him with dry clothing. The doctor on board examined Peter and pronounced him to be in good health. And here's where it gets really interesting. After the doctor examined Peter, he asked him an unusual favor. The doctor explained that there was a lady on board who's headed to Australia, and this lady was dying. And he said ever since she got on board, she's been praying to God that God would let her see her son one more time before she dies. She knows everyone on the ship, he explained, but she don't know you. You're new. Will you please go down to her cabin and act as if you're her son so that she can die in peace? And Peter agreed to do this, and he followed the doctor down to this lady's cabin, and there on a small bed lies a little old lady, frail, gray-haired lady. She had become delirious from a high fever, and when Peter walked into the room, he could hear her crying out, "Please God, let me see my son one more time before I die. I've got to see my son." And the doctor gently pushed Peter up to her bedside. To the doctor's surprise, Peter broke down and he fell to his knees beside the bed. And he cried out, "I know why I couldn't die. It's me, Mama. It's your son." Thank God for praying mamas. Thank God this morning for praying mamas. The article goes on to say that within days the fever broke and the woman sat up in her bed to see her prayer answered 5 times. This man went down in the middle of the ocean. 5 ships sank. It's not by coincidence that this man survived all of this. This little woman was praying a prayer that God would allow her to see her son one more time. And the hand of God brought to pass this woman's prayer. I wonder this morning how many mothers are still praying for that child. Amen. God's still protecting and God's still keeping them here. Amen. Thank God for praying mamas this morning. If you're not a praying mama, you ought to be.